Horses.
17.
17. And a program with how many people?
We have 4 residents, so they're here for the HS grooming certification education program every day. So they live here on the property, and then they come over in the morning and they learn all about working with horses professionally. So that is them. And then we have a day-long program.
For a lot of people, they may not be familiar with equine therapy.
Yes.
How do you think, like with your background, psychiatrist, correct? Trained in equine therapy, what do you believe it does to help people recover?
You know, horses are a perfect mirror of us. And so what we try to do is teach them to do the grooming part and all that, but we also teach them how to settle down. So if there's a veteran that has post-traumatic stress, you know, we teach them to work with their breathing. And as they lower their breathing, that's reflected in the horse. And so it's very therapeutic in that way, both medically and emotionally and psychologically as well.
You mentioned people are learning everything about
Yes.
horses. Like, and you describe that. Like, what do you get hands-on here doing?
Every morning they come over and they learn from Philip Crittenden. He's our education director. And so they get hands-on learning of how to work in the show horse industry and also how to work with racehorses. And then we have a curriculum. So we have 2 different written curriculums that they study. And so we have a curriculum instructor who's a volunteer here. So she goes over all that stuff with them.
For your background,
Yes.
why was it important for you to begin with veterans?
Well, David and I have a nephew, and so he was in the very first group that went to Iraq after 9/11, and that was in 2003. And he went over at barely 18 years old, and he was in a convoy, and with 5 people in the convoy, it was blown up, and he was the only survivor on that convoy. And so he came back a different person. He deployed twice more. And, you know, we learned a lot through Richard.
So for people that are watching, they may think, you know what, I know somebody that could completely benefit from this program. How can people connect with you? And do you have to apply to be here, or how do you open your door, so to speak?
Well, for the residential program for veterans and people in recovery, it starts with usually an email or a phone call. Someone will call, and then we'll invite them out. But, you know, the main thing is we want to make sure that they can get some help.
How can people help?
Well, you know, we can always use financial help. So we do apply for grants and things like that, individuals and things like that. We would love more volunteers. And
That's the best kind of help,
Yes.
right? If you can't donate with your money, donate with your time.
And your skills.
Yeah.
So I think one of the challenges, is letting people know that we're available for veterans and people in recovery, that people can come and stay here for 90 days and go through this program and live here, and they don't have to worry about, you know, financial pressures. And then we place them in a job with housing. So that's always our goal, that we can place them in a job where they have housing so they don't have to worry about that financial pressure once again. We'd love the community to be involved in whatever way. We've had our judge executive and all of our Shelbyville elected officials. We'd love to have a visit from the governor. I think that he would love what we're doing for veterans. He's been pushing a lot this year on veterans initiatives for homeless vets, and we'd love to have him out here.
Doing great work here.
So
thank you for opening up your doors and your hearts to us and showing us around.
thank you.
More visitors means more places to stay. Coming up, we're going to take